Josh here with Bennett Bass Fishing. What we're going to do today is use the Humminbird Helix, and we're going to use that to find a weed line using the side scan. So I have a GoPro set up here aiming at the screen itself, and what I'm doing is I'm starting the motor up, and I know in Lake Champlain there's a lot of milfoil, Eurasian and variable leaf, and that grows in 6 inches all the way up to probably like 15 feet almost before it starts to lose photosynthesis. So on my GPS right now, on my sonar unit, I actually have the blue line set up as 15 feet or less, mainly so I don't crash my motor into something. The other part of that is the weed lines. So I'm going to turn on, put the motor in trolling mode right here, basically low speed. And I'm going to put on side scan. And I'm actually tracing a line right now. I have tracks turned on. So there's the edge of the weed line right now. I'm seeing 65 feet left and right. So there's part of it right there. And so the goal of doing this is so I don't run over the fish. So the fish are in that weed line, they're staging there, they're waiting for fish to spawn and come out of those weeds. And the bass are just lined up there waiting to ambush. It's like a great ambush point for a bass. So there's weeds right there. You can see that by the shadows. So I have the gradient lines turned on here too. And I'll show you a different view real quick. So there's the down imaging. Here's the contour lines. So here's one that's useful is side scan and the map at the same time. And so right there, there's a down log or something on my left. That'll hold fish. And I can actually go back and mark that real quick. Hit mark. I have a wave, that's the mooring right there, that little triangle piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to troll this line right here. That'll give me a basis line for where I can cast to. So when I'm going to fish, I'm going to flip my screen around, look back at it. I can also get a couple references on the shore. So there's a buoy here, there's a dock right here that I'm coming up on. The other thing I can do is turn on live scan, auto chart live I mean. And what that's going to do is give me a range of where my sonar is seeing left and right. So I just went under that dock right there, and those are all bait fish underneath, all those spots. So we're going to turn around there and go fish that real quick. So here's more of the weed line. Anything with shadows on it. And I kind of know where I am, so I can switch over to a full side scan left to right. There's another marker right there in the buoy. There's another one to my left to right. So this center point I actually taken off the gradient line, so this is 11 feet deep right here. So taking that off so I can see more left and right. So what I want to do in this weed line is I want to either fish parallel to it, so I'll get right up in the same line I'm in now, kind of cast to it, make long cast with either a search bait, so either a jerk bait, chatter bait, something like that, so I can fish that entire weed line and see if anything will pop out, smack it. Or what I can do is I can face it and kind of drift next to it and use a bottom bait, so Senko or some sort of jig, and cast right up next to it and let that fall right in front of it and see if I can get a reaction bite out of them.